Holy shit. Alright, so this next one is really fucking cool. It's called Gravity Circuit. The developer is Domesticated Ant Games, and it is really fucking cool. It is like it's an 8-bit sort of Famicom style game, or at least aesthetically, but it's obviously way more advanced than that. But it's like an action Rockman, like Mega Man game. It's really fucking cool. This is probably the coolest version of Mega Man that I've ever played. I much prefer this over any Mega Man experience I've had. I mean, some Rockman experiences have been cool. Like Rockman X was I really enjoyed that on the Super Nintendo, and then also playing it again on the PSP. And I, of course, like something like Mega Man 7 or 8 on the original PlayStation and stuff, and more than that to like the Mega Man Zero games, and then also other like not Mega Man games. Like, but what was the one that came out that was disappointing to everybody? Mighty Number 9. Like, for example, that was another one. But this, I can't, and I think I must have played some others too, but this one is so cool, dude. Like, it hits on every level, just delivers, and is so satisfying. First up, one of the most important things that I find important in game design, of course, other than gameplay, but sound design and how good it sounds. Like, everything sounds so good and feels so good to hear. And okay, hot take. For example, okay, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I only played 20 minutes of it because I couldn't stand listening to it. I hated that sound, so I just stopped playing it after that because I couldn't stand it. But yeah, sound design is very important. Anyway, so Gravity Circuit has a banging soundtrack. It's amazing, and the art style is really good too. It's like imagine like super late gen Famicom game that it's definitely its palette is working within the limitations of Famicom, and it's not going necessarily. They might actually be playing like they might be breaking some rules and using more colors, but it really does look like it could be on the Famicom in a super flattering way. Though the sprite work is super awesome, like really strong art direction in this game. I've played the demo for about like an hour and a half now or so. I'm definitely going to wishlist the game, and I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out in the second quarter of 2023. Yeah, this game was so much fun. And I haven't even begun to talk about mechanics yet. Okay, so it's very challenging but rewarding. For example, in other games like Rockman or whatever, but you have lives or whatever, and you know, you game over, you go back to this like stage select screen or whatever. This, you have currency, and you can use your currency to activate a checkpoint. But once you've activated that checkpoint, you can die as many times as you want, and you'll be sent back to the checkpoint. So even though there's really hard platforming, it sets you back to a checkpoint where you learn your mouse brain figuring out the maze can get satisfied, and you can just keep running until you're able to like do these really cool challenges, and it looks really cool when you get a good run down. And yeah, it's really fun. The level design is awesome. You know, it builds up pretty quickly. Like, it goes from oh shit, like in terms of the difficulty spike. But it's usually after one of those, like there's like a long run of like kind of tough platforming, and that kind of like forces you to go fast. There's usually a checkpoint after those types of sections, which is good. Again, it's really challenging, but it's also rewarding, and it's not unapproachably hard. I played on the normal difficulty. And another thing is you can equip yourself with powers. I didn't realize that until like the first boss, but then that helped a lot. And the bosses also are challenging. You can play but fun. I mentioned earlier in this video, or in this series, about Gripper and how that was really hard, and I played it like just doing the boss fight for like over half an hour, and it was just not satisfying because there wasn't a lot of breadth to it. Whereas this, you have just the one on the right face button on the controller for like a punch attack, but you, depending on your directional input, you can modify that attack to be depending if you're pressing up or down or left or right. And then you also have like these like super moves too that drain an energy that gets collected the more that you fight, and also enemies drop energy too. And those are also influenced by whether you're pressing up, down, left, or right. And also there's different varieties of those, at least according to the tutorial, but I didn't see that in the levels themselves, but I might have just missed something. But that's to be said, there's still quite a variety of techniques that you can do there. Like there's like a rising uppercut, there's like a tackle, there's like a Tatsumaki Senpyu Kyaku, like the what's it called, the spinning kick move that the like Ryu and Ken and other fighters do in Street Fighter or whatever. It's cool. It's really, and then I haven't even gotten to like there's like this grappling hook mechanic too, and it's done pretty well and satisfying. So if you have a good momentum, you can use your grappling hook and then grappling hook again and grappling hook again, and just like, cause oh, I didn't even mention this either. So there's also a dash button that's on your L2. Your left trigger will activate your sprint, and then if you jump during your sprint, you get a fast forward momentum, and then you can use your grappling hook, and then that affects the momentum with the grappling hook, so you swing faster. And then if you can, depending on where in your arch on your grappling hook you jump, you can quickly grapple again, so you can travel quick distances pretty quickly. And there's this, and then also the wall jumping. There's tons of options for mobility. There's just so much packed into the game, and then there's also like there's little secrets. Of course, you rescue people that are found off in little tucked away areas. Sometimes it's like a breakable wall, sometimes it's like a little breakable secret wall, and then there's a little challenge that you have to do to get to the survivor or the rescuee person. But yeah, and then the story itself is cool too. I mean, not like cool, but it's like cliche type cool. Not cliche. It's like it's nostalgically cool, and yeah, I am just so happy with this game. It is probably, out of the Steam Next Fest games that I've played so far, this is the best one. I feel the most pumped about, possibly. It is really, really cool. So definitely check it out. Don't miss this one. Please buy the game and support I mean, you should do that for all of the games like that you think are cool. And obviously all of these games are probably made by pretty small teams of, you know, not very many people, and so they definitely need all of our support. But you know, this game, I definitely get it early on. And yeah, it's really fucking cool. You're in for a treat. I don't need to say anything more than that.